I will be making a table that shall cost about $4. This plywood was for free. I guess this is from a transport box. The whole idea of this table comes out of the fact that a flooring company was in our house and we have got a lot of leftovers from the hardwood floor. This plywood is very thin, so firstly what I did was that I glued two layers together. The table will have atypical shape to fit into specific corner of a room. It will have no legs and it will be fully anchored to the walls. Lengthwise, the plywood was not long enough. That's why each layer is made of two pieces. I have no long reach clamps yet, so I just put some weight in the center. The last cut before the test fit into the room. That's already in the bedroom of our sons, and that's the final shape of the table. For the front side of the table, I want to glue a massive oak rail. And to have something to glue on, first I will attach a board from the bottom of the table. Before the glue dries, I'm going to do something else, because I will need a long L-shaped bracket that will support the table corner, which will not be attached to the wall at all. I will use a bridle joint. That means on the first piece I did two passes on the table saw. Now I will move the fence by the thickness of the blade and will make two other cuts on the other piece. Next I will remove all the material in the middle and clean the cut with a chisel. Lastly, I will cut the shoulders to create a tenon on the other piece. This is the view on the table from the bottom side. All around I have the boards which will be attached to the walls. And here is the L-shaped support in order to avoid any legs on this table. That's the front part of the table where I glued the spruce board, and I'm going to make a clean straight cut. Actually not very successful at the beginning of the cut, so I tried to recut once more, but finally had to clean it with a belt sander. Next I'm going to prepare an oak rail that will be 5.5 cm high, and it should bring the appearance of the robust table. Here I have already clamped a sample of this pre-finished hardwood flooring board in order to see the height where I need to glue the rail, and then a wedge to each clamp. Here back into the bedroom, the height of the table is defined, so now let's drill some holes into the walls. Now it will be my first time when I will try to play a role of a flooring contractor. Here some glue got to the place where it should not be, so I will just scratch it with a chisel. So I'm starting with the first piece of flooring, which is in parallel with the front edge. And I am cutting the tongue off from the first piece. All the other cuts will be at an angle. And the angles will be the same. So only one setup of the meter saw. I have spent some time thinking if I shall glue the floorboards on the plywood or not. Finally, I glued only the first board and only at the front part. I'm guessing that the flooring company would do the same, but I do not know. And from this moment it was very fast work. I always just mark it, cut it, and click the board in. And no feather glue at all. And here it is. It's not screwed down yet. And I just realized that I forgot to put the cable through, so I will lift it up. And now about 10 screws to secure the top in its place. There is visible a flex in the L-shaped bracket. I will sort it out in a minute. And I'm adding a brace, so there will be no doubts about the stability of this table anymore. As late as possible, I just realized that I forgot to apply any varnish on this front part. So I just put 2 coats of water-based varnish on this rail. The very last thing is to apply molding where the table is touching the walls. It's again from a red oak. As an experiment, I will try to use just a hot glue. If it's not working, I would have to scratch the varnish from the flooring and then to use a standard wood glue. There is a little notch for the cable. And it's done. Now our sons can do their homeworks.